So here's the thing about Orphan Black Season 5. It's the last chapter of this crazy story about clones, conspiracies, betrayals, and this messy found family that somehow keeps surviving. And honestly, the season doesn't hold back. It throws everyone into danger from the very first minute. We start with Sarah. She's injured, alone, bleeding, and stranded on this creepy island called Revival, which is basically the headquarters for Neolution's darkest secrets. It's not a vacation spot, it's a cult village ruled by people who worship this old man, P.T. Westmoreland. At least they think he's some genius who discovered the secret to eternal life over a century ago. Sarah's crawling through the woods trying to survive, and right away you get that feeling. She's in over her head. But of course, Sarah's Sarah. She's stubborn, and she's not backing down. Meanwhile, Cosima is also on the island, but her situation is different. She's sick, she's desperate for a cure, and she's stuck in the middle of this whole twisted community. She meets this young woman named Mud, who kind of acts like a guide around Revival. Through her, Cosima starts piecing things together. What's really happening on this island? What Westmoreland is hiding? And why everyone is treating him like some kind of god? And here's the kicker. Westmoreland really is alive. Or at least, that's what people believe. This guy is supposedly 170 years old, and everyone bows down to him like he's some immortal leader. But Cosima? She's not buying it. She knows. Science? Something's off. Back home, Alison is living in suburbia with Donnie, trying to keep her head down. You'd think she's done with the madness, but trouble has a way of finding her. Helena is hiding out too, pregnant with twins, trying to protect her family. And Rachel, well, Rachel's still Rachel. She's the clone who chose to side with Neolution, and she's climbing higher up in the organization. But you can tell there's tension boiling underneath. She's being watched more than she realizes. Sarah manages to sneak her way into Revival and tries to connect with Cosima. But here's the thing. They both realize Sarah's daughter is in more danger than ever. Neolution isn't after Sarah anymore. They want Kira because Kira has this weird ability. She heals faster, she senses things, and her biology is different. Basically, her genetics could be the key to Neolution's dream of controlling evolution. And that's terrifying. From here, the season really digs into Kira. Rachel becomes obsessed with studying her, poking and prodding, trying to figure out what makes her special. And Kira, being just a kid, is caught in this horrible position. She doesn't want to be experimented on, but she also wants to help her mom and aunts. It's heartbreaking because Sarah keeps promising to protect her, but deep down, you can tell Sarah knows she can't keep that promise forever. Back on the island, Cosima discovers the real horror. In Westmoreland's lab, she finds this creature basically a failed experiment. It's part human, part genetic nightmare. And she realizes this is what happens when people play God with DNA. Westmoreland and his followers are not trying to save humanity. They're trying to control it, and they'll sacrifice anyone who gets in their way. When Cosima stands up to Westmoreland, she pays the price. She gets thrown into a cage. And honestly, for a while, it looks like she might not make it out alive. Meanwhile, Delphine is moving like a ghost in the background. She's sneaky, slipping in and out, gathering evidence. She makes her way to Geneva, working with scientists to spread the truth about Neolution. But she can't stay with Cosima all the time, and that distance is tough. Still, you can feel their bond. Even when they're apart, they're fighting the same fight. Back in Canada, Alison hits her breaking point. After everything, she realizes she can't just sit quietly in suburbia while her sisters fight for their lives. She gets pulled back in, and you see her start to embrace her role in Clone Club again. Helena too, she's trying to keep her babies safe, but she's fierce. If anyone comes after her, she doesn't hesitate to fight back. One of the wildest turns comes from Rachel. For years, she's been Neolution's golden child, the perfect corporate clone. But cracks start to show. She finds out that even her bionic eye is a surveillance tool, feeding everything she sees back to Westmoreland. Imagine that. She thought she was powerful, but she's been spied on the whole time. That betrayal pushes her over the edge. And in one of the most shocking moves, Rachel actually switches sides. She frees Kira. She tells Sarah that the only person who can protect Kira is her own mother. For once, Rachel does something selfless. The fight on the island gets messy. Cosima manages to escape, but not before the whole place erupts. Westmoreland's lies unravel, the villagers realize they've been duped, and revival collapses in chaos. The dream of immortality burns to the ground, literally. But the war isn't over. Neolution is still powerful, and P.T. Westmoreland isn't done yet. He retreats, but Sarah isn't letting him go. The final showdown comes when Sarah hunts him down. He's old, weak, clinging to life with his oxygen tank. And Sarah, fueled by everything he's done to her family, uses that tank against him. She crushes his skull. That's it. The man who started it all is gone. While all that's happening, Helena goes into labor. And in one of the most emotional moments of the whole show, Sarah and Art help her deliver twins in a basement while chaos rages outside. Think about that, 2 new lives coming into the world, right as the man who tried to control life itself gets taken out. It's poetic, but in a very Orphan Black way. After the dust settles, we get to breathe. The sisters actually get a chance at peace. Helena is raising her twins, with Donnie and Alison helping. Cosima and Delphine are traveling the world, finding all the other clones and giving them the cure. Alison and Donnie, after everything, still manage to laugh together and make it work. And Sarah, she struggles. She's lost Mrs. S. She's carrying so much trauma, but she's also free. For the first time, there's no one hunting her, no experiment chasing her, just her family. The series closes with Helena reading from her handwritten memoirs, which she cheekily titles Orphan Black. It's this reminder that through all the madness, science, conspiracies, betrayals, this story has always been about family. About sisters who were never meant to exist, but who found each other and fought back.